Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good. What's your name?
Marshall, or Alex.
Alex.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Go ahead and have a seat.
Cool, thank you. All right. Is that your backpack over there?
Yeah.
WVO?
Oh, yeah. I am there for a little bit now. So.
Nice. I'm a senior there. So.
Awesome.
Got a lot.
It's a good university.
Great. So, you said that we had 15 minutes. Is that still okay?
Yeah, 15 minutes is good.
Okay.
Definitely a good amount of time right now that I have to spare, so.
Awesome. All right, well, I guess let's just get right into it.
Sounds good. I'm cool with it.
So whenever we talked on the phone, you said you were having like issues with your inventory and supplying and like restocking, things like that. I was just curious if you can go into more detail on some of the main issues that you face when it comes to managing your supplies.
Yeah, so basically, I'm just trying to provide a safe environment and a efficient environment as well. And the products that I have, they're basically they're kind of like the employees that I have right now. They have access to the stores. So when the supplies get short, they go and get them themselves. And a lot of the time, right now, they'll be going and I don't know what they're getting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much they're getting. When they get it, sometimes they're misplacing the items,
Right.
and then the stores will be out, and we don't know when they're out. So then they'll go and get them, and they'll just be completely out. So then it costs time and it costs money, and then they can't do their work that day if they don't have the items that I need. So
I completely understand. So it turns out that you have to go to restock often and you're messing up.
yeah.
So, like, how often would you say that you go and restock on your supplies?
I mean, I would say it's definitely frequently. I don't know
Okay.
like an exact time, but I would say it's frequently when we do need to get new items for the employees and when they're running out and
Okay.
you know.
Yeah. And what? Sorry.
No, you're good.
So you're not satisfied with this. What do you find yourself like frequently like running out of and frequently buying when you go to the store?
Just a lot of various items. You know, gloves is a big thing. Recently my employee told me, he was like, hey man, I need to go get some gloves. I said, okay. So he went there, and then turns out there was some gloves that were already hidden in the facility, and it's just like we're having a hard time keeping track of them as well, and they're misplacing the items, and you know, I don't really like change too much either. So I kind of like our process, but I do see the flaws that we have right now in the current system. So I don't want to jump into something if I don't know it's 100% gonna benefit us.
Oh, absolutely. I completely understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I would like to go into real quick.
Yeah.
On the other side of things, do you find whenever you're going to get these supplies, like what expectations do you have for the customer service aspect of it, or are you finding like are your current suppliers going like the extra mile for you, or when it comes to these supplies, or what's going on there?
Okay, I would say we definitely have a good relationship. I would say that it could be improved.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we're, like I told you before, sometimes, you know, some things come up and we're not being as efficient as I would like us to be. But yeah, we just, like I said, change is kind of hard because we've been with the current supplier for so long that I don't know if I want to exactly move to another one unless it's 100% going to benefit us and do all the things that we needed to do. But we do have some areas of concern that I mentioned before that keep coming up, and I'm not necessarily happy with how it's going right now. So I definitely want to. That's why obviously I called you in here.
Yeah, definitely. No, I understand
Yeah.
completely. So you're not very satisfied. Can you go into details like whenever these issues arise with the supplies, like how do you go about managing or correcting these errors, or like can you go into detail on that a little bit?
Yeah, so I mean, when the errors come up, we have to talk to them obviously and see why they're coming up and the different things, but we don't really have a solution right now for some of these problems, and we're trying to figure out exactly how to best work through it and fix these issues, because like I said before, sometimes products will just already be in the facility and we won't know where they're at, and then they'll be there. And the organizational aspect too is something that's really just needs to be improved with everything that goes on.
Right.
So,
Okay. Absolutely. So your issues that what I'm hearing from you is you're going and restocking on supplies very frequently.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't know if you even have the supplies, and you turn out you got to get it, and it turns out there's already something there.
Yeah.
And you're just not very satisfied with that.
Yeah.
Is there any additional information or anything that
Yeah, I mean, I would
think of?
say my main priority is that I want to make sure that the employees have what they need for their job. And if they don't have those products and cause a product line to shut down, It costs the company a great deal of money per hour as well when these issues arise.
Okay.
So that's definitely one of my main concerns.
Yeah, just making sure that you have the supplies on hand whenever you need it to make sure. That
Yeah, I mean, the
employees
current
are-
process, it's just creating challenges
Mhm.
every day. And since every employee has access to the stores, like I said before, we can run out of the product and we don't know it's not in that store anymore.
Yeah.
So that can be an issue as
You just
well.
need a more reliable source of supplies
Exactly.
and things like. Okay, I understand.
Mhm.
Yeah, let me just write this down so I don't forget it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So is there anything else that I'm missing that you'd like me to be aware of?
No, I would say those are definitely my main concerns that I have right now with how everything's going. But like I said before, it's definitely a situation where I don't really know, I don't really know Fastenal too well. And I'm trying to get familiarized with them and understand, what you guys can do to help improve everything and get us to where we need to be.
Absolutely.
Efficiency-wise, because we're not hurting to the point where we're just a bad situation right now. But I see that there could be improvements that can be made
absolutely.
to the current
Yeah.
system.
And you said you didn't know too much about Fastenal. I'd love to
Yeah.
schedule another meeting with you sometime and
Yeah.
sit down and talk to you about all Fastenal has to offer.
Absolutely.
I think we have some ideas in mind that could definitely benefit and help resolve some of these issues that you're facing.
Yeah.
Is there a time you'd like to meet again?
I would say next week around the same time is probably a good plan to do. Usually free around this day. This is usually when I
Around the
have.
same time.
Yeah, this is when I usually have around the same.
And is
same
the
free.
phone number I reached you at before
Yes,
still good?
yeah, that'll
Okay.
still be the current phone number to get
Alright.
me at. So it's yeah.
All right. Is that the time? All right. Well, it was. Wait, that's my phone. I'm sorry.
No worries. All right, I really appreciate you
Yeah,
coming.
thank you.